Drop my freaking needle. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's not a haunted house, I'm sorry. Welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris. Feels good. Feels great to be back here on a beautiful, whatever day it is for you, okay? It doesn't really matter. It's Thursday here. It's Thursday. It comes out on Friday, but again, it doesn't really matter because you listen to it whenever you want. It's a beautiful day. Feels good, and the weather might suck, your life might suck right now, but the point is it's a beautiful day, okay? This is the only April 8th, or enter date here, that'll ever happen. The only April 8th of 2021 that you will ever experience. Make it a good one. I'm trying to work on that, trying to live my life as good as I can. But, it feels so good to be back here, back in the booth here. Yeah, the booth is getting a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know how well the acoustic treatment is working so far, but I've been working on soaking a lot of foam. I've got myself a little, acoustically treated door. It's kind of MacGyvered just with a PVC pipe and some rope. Rope I hung up so nicely. So that was cool. But the walls are just slowly closing in on me. It's a little bit, it's definitely not for the claustrophobic, but here we are, the claustro. It is smaller. I'm like noticing myself tripping and getting caught on things more often. But yeah, the curtain, I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. I might use some Velcro and maybe just like get it stuck to the wall a little bit. I think that rope, it was just genius. It looks good. I didn't know if it was going to pay off, but it did. And that's not really something, it's kind of odd walking into a hardware store and you're just going there like, yeah, I need some rope. And like, who just buys rope? It looks suspicious, and I felt suspicious doing it, but I knew I had a good plan. They didn't, but no one would make eye contact with me the entire time after I got it, so I don't know what it is about rope, it was only... So if you ever go into a store and buy 100-foot of rope, expect some weird luck. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the curtain here. I know I should have done this before the show started, but you know what it does. When the intro kicks off, I just kind of spend my time dancing. Don't need nothing but a good time. That's what I need. I need a good time, and I had a good time this past week plus weekend since the last episode, really. Easter was great. Hope everybody had a great Easter if you do Easter. And if you do Easter, you know what to do, right? Defending yourself off against the elements / the creatures of the dark, the nature, right? The Easter rabbit. And I hope everybody was safe. Hope everybody came prepared. Karate chops, high knees, everything, all in all. My house was safe. I think letting the podcast out. I didn't even see him come around this time, but he definitely left his mark. But so did I. Either way, though, it was great Easter. Great Easter. Had some time with the family. Ate a lot of food. Hope you all got fat. Hope you all feel good. Took a big food coma nap. Man, there's nothing better. There is no better way to fall asleep. Maybe this just speaks to how fat-minded humans are, but oh man, everybody I talk to alike, it's just there's no better way to fall asleep than just a full stomach. You know what I mean? Like just a fat dinner, down it with a glass of milk or whatever it is, and when you get to the point where you're kind of getting the food sweats, you know what I mean? When you're laying down and you're just like out of shape and you're like sweating, just sitting there with your stomachs, you can kind of just roll over and die. But not really die, but like go to food heaven for a little bit, take a little daydream down the turkey slide. And, man, it feels good. There's no better nap than that. I had to be careful. I don't know if I said this in the last episode, that I had to go and do that acting thing the next day after Easter. So I was trying to be careful. Was what I was going to do because it was a morning shoot. And sometimes when you pound that ham and turkey a little bit too hard, you might not wake up until, in the late PMs the next day. So I had to be a little bit careful, and I was trying to, make sure I stay pretty trim and lean. Not that it actually mattered. It wasn't, not that it was, the thing wasn't even the biggest of deal. I just, I can't really say too much about it because they said so. And if anybody says, you say something, you're going to be in big trouble, it's best to just dodge that bullet. So what I can say is that Easter was great, and I had to be careful, and I missed out on some snacks, but that's okay because I had a plan. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go have my big fat cheat day because I want my food nap. I want my big fatty fat food nap for the day after. So as soon as I got done with the shoot, I just came home and just tore everything, man. And I'm learning that maybe I should learn to have a better balance with cheat days. It's like, I need a whole cheat day. And the problem is sometimes, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything until I get to the cheat day. I'm like, oh shoot, well, today's the only day I'm going to have this for a while, so I might as well get it all in while I can. So I'm just eating Oreos, and I'm like, man, I'm so full, but like those Kit Kats over there, I don't want to miss out on this day. Like, I don't want to miss out on the Oreos. Man, I'm sweating right now because the broom's freaking body heating me up. What was I talking about? The cheat day. So I'm just eating food just as much as I can. I'm eating like BLTs and eventually I was like, I planned on getting pizza. And I told myself, I was so full, I was like, you don't need it. You can make it to the next time. And I was like, you know what? I should just go. I should just go and get some pizza, shouldn't I? And I did. I waited till the last second, and I pulled up, and shout out to the Little Caesars delivery boy for hooking me up with some free crazy bread. You're a real man. You're one of the good guys, okay? Sorry, I'm just adjusting again ever so slightly. Yeah, you're one of the good guys. This guy, I pulled up late, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to throw you in an extra crazy bread. He didn't sound like that. He said, sorry, it's going to be a little bit like 7 minutes, but, I'll throw in a little extra crazy bread for you. Sounds good. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah, dude. And there was a bonding moment there. And, those are the kind of people we like. That's friendship. Offering food to another man. That's what we need around here. So it felt good. I got the crazy bread and good for that guy for being such a hero. Unfortunately, he would be the one who, if this was a movie, he would die because the good guys always die early, right? Especially if there's like a Western side character. He's not a main character, it's my story. But side character, the guy who's just pure of heart, he's going to die right in the beginning. He's going to like accidentally like make a pass at like old Bart, the dude in the old Western town. He's actually going to make a pass at his girl, and he's not going to know, and he's going to dust in. He's going to be like, duel now. And he's like, I'm a pacifist. I don't shoot. I don't do the duels. And they're like, no, you got it. And then they go out into the middle of the town, and all the dust, and everybody's like watching from all the sides on both sides of the saloon and the other saloon, because that's all they have there. That's the Star Wars theme. And the tumbleweeds are rolling. And he doesn't even have a gun, but they just dragged him in the middle of it. And then some other guy, like the old man who's like kind of friendly and offers good advice, but he's just not courageous enough to step in and say this shouldn't happen. So he like gives him his old gun. And he's like, I don't know how to do this. And then they're like, take 10 steps, then draw. And then the dude's like, you're going down, boy. And he's like, I apologize. I just wanted to give everybody some crazy bread. And he goes, and the guy just hits every shot and he dies. And I say, no, but bless his heart, dude. Good guy. So I really do appreciate it, and dude, I don't know why my voice cracks so much every time I do this. I don't know, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, cheat days. Cheat days, it's such, I'm trying to learn to have balance. You don't need to force everything. It's such a heavyweight battle. You know what I mean? You get in there and you're like, I got to get everything I can, and oftentimes it's so painful. But you fight and you claw your way to the finish line, and then that's it. Meat sweats, food, death. But you have a good nap, so I guess there's a silver lining. But anyways, working on that. That's more of a self-discovery kind of thing. I'm trying to learn on. Let me get a sip of water real quick. It's on the floor, so I'm going to be gone for just a moment. Oh, wow, 10 minutes in. That's cool. I got this sick water bottle. Oh my gosh. Hydration. It's never felt so good, dude. I don't know if I've ever been so thirsty in my life right now. It's just like sucking everything. I'm sweating so much. I'm losing every little thing. I think I can hear the faucet dripping from upstairs. I'm so thirsty. I'm running low. So what was I saying? I'm just all over the place. I'm learning to get more comfortable and just kind of just be whatever it is. I think oftentimes I get so caught up in trying to, because it's supposed to be a comedy podcast, but I get along every little sentence. I'm like, oh, you're just overthinking whether you could make a joke out of this, whether you could make a joke out of that. And oftentimes you can. I get so sidetracked that I don't even know what I'm even talking about. So I'm just going to try and work on breathing more. I'm trying to get more zened out in my life. And I don't want to have to shave my head to do it, but so be it. At this point, it's so hot. I might get zened out. Oh, we could talk about, I guess dashing. This is going to be like a regular theme. It's been like every single episode I've talked about it, so why not? Skirt! Here you go. That was a little sound effect. So welcome, Tales from the Dasher. Man, people are weird. That's all I got to say. People are weird. So from dashing, you run into so many people just all the time, and I had a couple skirmishes here at Taco Bell just like yesterday. So I get you zened out. So I was going to Taco Bell, and I don't know if you've been to Taco Bell recently or any of these stores. So oftentimes their lobby is closed, and what it says on the dash is like, now go check the lobby. If the lobby's closed, then use the drive-thru. But don't use the drive-thru if the lobby's open. So I got to pull in and I got to check for the lobby. Lobby's closed. A lot of times it is, but I always got to check because I can't just go one way. So I get out to check. I go check out the lobby, and now I realize that I need to get out. I need to go and get into the drive-thru line. But now if I would have done it a minute ago, there's like 4 more cars. I'm like, okay, great. So I just have to back out and remaneuver myself. And it's at this point that I just decide to ditch the order altogether. Because I'm like, okay, this is going to take way longer than $3 is worth. So I start backing out. And there's like a little bit a gap. It's a pretty decent sized gap, right? I can still back out of here, and there's these ladies and their kid, and so I'm like backing out, and I'm backing out towards them a little bit because they're there, and they see me, and I'm looking out my back windshield, and there's probably about 10 feet between us, and all of a sudden I'm looking at them, so I make sure I don't hit anybody because that's what you do when you back out and you look places. So all of a sudden they start honking. I'm like, what's going on? And then they start pounding on the window. Stop! You're gonna hit us! I'm like, and I'm looking at them with the calmest, gentlest eyes you've ever seen. I'm like, hey, shh, it's gonna be okay. So I keep backing out because I have to get out. And it's a freaking wide lane, not even close to you. So then they keep yelling. They start pounding. Hey, and they're like yelling stuff at me. I'm like, I'm still not even close. Shh, just go along with it. And then I'm like, all right. And then I gotta yell back at them. I'm like, okay, just relax for a minute. It's gonna be okay. I'm literally already past your car. You're done. So then I watch them collect. They take a big fat sigh of relief, and I'm like, dude, okay. And then I'm like pulling next to him. And I'm just like, I'm looking at him like, and I do one of these. You can't see my face, but you know when you kind of raise your hands. You go, what the, like kind of squint your eyes and just kind of shake your head. And go, kind of like a Napoleon Dynamite. Like what? I do like, what's the problem here? And then they're like, because they still thought they were going to die. And also, I was going less than 2 miles per hour. Maybe less than half a mile per hour. I don't even know. I was backing up at the slowest pace ever, trying to calm them down at the same time, doing so many things. And eventually I was just like, man, what is their depth perception like? Because they can see it, and I'm looking at you. Like, how do you even have to, like, alert me? We're making eye contact right now, lady. Like, I'm not going to hit you. We're staring. But anyways, that was annoying. But Taco Bell people are weird. And also, so when you go to Taco Bell, you know, sometimes you get drinks. And, dude, I hate delivering drinks. Always. Because I don't have, like, a bunch of cup holders in the car. So when I get, like, a freaking set, sometimes they'll send me, like, 5 or 6 of just a bunch of, you know, whatever fountain drink you want, Dr. Pepper's, or sometimes it's a smoothie. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you'll hand all those to me, and I have nowhere to put these with the bag, so I can't set them. So I'm like walking out trying to balance everything in, like, I'm like the guy who just carries all the instruments, like the guy who plays all the, like a one-man band. I'm like carrying everything, and I'm like shaking because I don't want to spill everything. It's not like tightly secured. I'm like just sending out prayers. Oh, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And I'm just like shake. And I finally get to the car, and I'm setting everything. It's just like just bear hugging it on my lap, trying to drive with my knees. And it's just no good. It's no good. So I don't like getting drinks, but this particular time, I did get a drink, and some restaurants don't always, so you're supposed to put like a little sticker on it, a little sticker over the thing, like, oh, okay, there's no tampering or whatever, I don't know, because it's a sticker, you could just peel it up and put in whatever. So I go to deliver this drink. Taco Bell doesn't do the stickers a lot of the time, neither does a lot of other places. They don't do it for some reason all the time. Yeah, so they didn't put the sticker, so I pull up to this guy. I give him his food. I'm here like 15 minutes early because I'm efficient with my driving. So I give him the thing, and I give him his food. He's like, hey, thank you, and he makes eye contact with me as I hand him his drink. As I hand him his drink, we just stare. We lock eyes. He looks at the drink. I'm still looking at him. He looks at the drink. He looks back to me. He looks at the drink. He looks at me. He keeps looking at me, and he says, I'm not going to accept that. And I was like, what? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, I was like, do you not want it anymore? And he's like, yeah, no, there's no sticker on it, so I don't know if you've been messing with it or something like that. And I was like, well, they just didn't give a sticker, and you're kind of lucky to get it all because Taco Bell was slacking on their game where I had to go back in because I had to read through all the orders, and I was like, yeah, you're missing this, and this, and I need the Baja Blast for this guy, and then he doesn't even accept it. I go out of my way. So he's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. You probably messed with it. I'm just gonna say I didn't get it. I'm gonna say you didn't even bring it. Say you didn't even give it to me. I was like, wait, what? I was like, so are you gonna actually talk to DoorDash, or are you just gonna say that I forgot your items? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna say he's walking back. He puts both his hands up, like I'm not even part of this. Like we just did something wrong together. He's like, yeah, I'm just like I don't know what kind of illegal activity we're into, but I'm done. So I'm just putting my hands up and I'm out. He's like, yeah, I'm just not even gonna say. I'm just gonna say I didn't even get it. And I was like, okay, and I just like. Have a good day, and I bail out, and all of a sudden I got a free extra Baja Blast that I had to work out. So then I had to go through all the steps, and I got to contact DoorDash, and I'm like, yeah, this guy he's understandably a little bit cautious. It's crazy times, but you know, it's not like it's like still perfectly sealed. It's still full to the brim. It's not like I took a sip out of it. I got you a free straw and everything, and so that's the only time it's ever happened. But I don't know why he was accusing me of such things. Or acting like it did. I'm not good. So, anyways, I got a free Baja Blast in the end, and I had to go and contact everybody. Like, yeah, look, I got the proof right here. I did get it. I didn't fail. So he's trying to take my rating down. He's not gonna take my rating. And instead, my rating went up. DoorDash was like, "You're the best. You're one of the best people we've ever had. Thank you so much for all your dedication, stuff like that." And I was like, "Yeah, ain't no thing, but stop sending me to Taco Bell." And like, yeah, cool. So let me do a little adjustment on the mic. God, grip strength. Okay, so the thing is, this thing keeps getting loose and keeps falling down, but the little knob never gets looser, so it's always tighter. So this is like I have to get stronger every day if I ever want to keep on adjusting this, because eventually it's just gonna go down. It's just gonna fall apart. What other people have I ran into? I don't know. Oh, you know what? You know what is funny? This wasn't even while dashing, but so I'm walking into a store or whatever, and I know how people. I don't know if they're afraid of the door handles, but so So I open the door for this guy, and I see him coming. He has like nothing in his hands. I'm holding all the stuff, but I'm a gentleman. Okay, this dude, so he's walking behind me, and I open the door, I look behind me, and I hold it open. He's like, okay, thank you. And usually when you hold a door open for someone, they'll usually come up quick, and they'll put the hand on the door so they can release you from your job. Like, this is like my sentence, this is my responsibility, and they're like, okay, I release you, be free. Like, like releasing me out into the wild. It kind of threw me off because he walked, and he was just like, he walks in, he kind of like just walks straight through the door. And I'm still holding it there, so I have to wait for him to fully pass it so I don't shut the door on him. He like brings his shoulders together so we can kind of squeeze through faster. I'm like, okay. So then we get released into this it's a double set of doors, right? You have a door, then you have a little box, a little atrium or whatever it's called. You have a little lobby before the second set of doors. So we're now into the lobby. We've already passed one set of doors. And now, I was dashing for this. So now I'm holding all this food, and he's just waiting there. Now he's standing there looking at me, and I'm holding things up to my chin in food, and he's standing there just looking at me. We're in this little lobby, like he doesn't go. He doesn't walk to the door. So now I open the door again, and I walk out. He again, waiting for someone to set me free. He walks through, shoulders out. Yes, okay, good. I'm like, have a good day. Never says anything. Dude just keeps on walking. It's like, I fell. I was taken advantage of for my own gentle manliness. And I thought that was the weirdest thing ever. Like he walked into this like fish tank, whatever. We're in this little room, and he's like, well, how do we get out of here? What do we do? Like, step aside, dude. Okay, I'll show you how it's done. This is the second episode, I think, in a row. Or maybe, I don't know if maybe it's the second episode. I don't know. I was talking about people not knowing how to use doors. I don't know what that's about. But it's becoming a habit. Oh, man. What time is it? It's like, okay, it's about like 3 p.m. right now. Whew, I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do after this. I don't want to be late. Dude, you want to know something about me for real? You want to hear some real substance? Okay, no more jokes. I'm going to talk about, and we're going to get real and raw right now. Okay? My entire life, there's been few things I've ever hated more than being late. I don't know why. If it's it depends what it is. If it's like going to like a family gathering or whatever, it does, nothing really matters, but being late to something of anything of value, man, it just, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, but I'm just pretending I don't for a second. I don't know why I hate it so much. I don't know why, he said, as he looked off into the 6 inches in front of him to the front wall of the closet. It bothers me so much, and I have two theories, okay? One was because I was born on January 2nd, right? And everyone was counting on me to be a New Year's baby. I was late by 3 years. 3 years. I was 3 years late. I was 3 hours late. I failed everybody. I wasn't on time. I didn't make it in time. Could have been a New Year's baby. I didn't. That's my theory, is that psychologically, in my head, I'm like, I will not fail anybody again. I will not be late for you. But what I really think it stems from is, I was talking about taking martial arts and stuff, and I did it for about 6 months. I don't know how long it was. It might have been a year. I have no idea. But back when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I don't remember ever hating being late until this, because you would have to walk in. You'd have to walk into this big, fat dojo, okay? It's a real dojo. And if you were late, I mean, if you show up on time, everything is good. But if you were late, everybody's already in the middle of the class, and you have to kneel down, and you have to say, I'm sorry, permission to enter your dojo, sensei. And putting knees together and closing my eyes. And it was like to a little kid, I was so embarrassed and scared because, is there anything worse than walking into a room of a bunch of people that can kick your butt? And they're all just like drilling on the punching bags. Aya! Aya! What? Sensei, I'm sorry. And, yes, I was so scared of it every time. And we I think it really only happened a couple times. Because then I was like, we gotta go. And, yeah, I've just been so afraid of it. I've been so, I don't know, it wasn't the worst thing after it happened, but I was just so scared. I was so scared of being late. And speaking of, like, my acting thing, I get there, so it's like, get there like 10 minutes early and you'll be okay. I'm usually there about an hour and 20 minutes early. And it's a problem. It's a problem. So my martial art background has really messed me up for the future. But rest assured, I'll be on time. A little bit too early, in fact. Yeah, but I was so nervous about that, and maybe that's the reason I never got orange belt. It's because I was just so scared. I was so scared of being late, and I still am. I hate being late. There's something weird about it, and no one's gonna beat me up, right? Most of these people aren't even a white and a half belt. So it's okay. Everything will be all right. But that doesn't stop me psychologically from going, oh, this is gonna be. It's so to kneel down and be like, hey, forgiveness, sensei. I know you could roundhouse me in the spleen right now, but I need your forgiveness, permission to enter, sir. And they say, permission granted. And I'd be like, yes. And then they'd put me up with like the brown belts and they'd go, oh yeah, psh, psh. I'm like, stop hitting me so hard. Psh, psh. I'm only 8. Psh, 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 psh. You're 26. Psh, oh, send master. Psh, psh, master. Psh, psh, psh. And then that's how it went. And that's how my martial arts background ended. Beaten and betrayed by the art that I loved. So anyways, that's why I've really been afraid of being late. So maybe I should head out right now just to make sure I wouldn't. See, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a pro and a con. It's a trade-off. Silver lining. But anyways, I think that's all. I think that's really all I have to say about it. I try to work on writing more things down. What's funny is it's like every single time right before I film, I always find myself in a Wendy's. The same exact Wendy's. And I'm sitting there on this bench. And I'm just like, oh, let's think about what we're going to talk about today. And sometimes I come up with some stuff, sometimes I don't. And I really just, like today, I get sidetracked over the fact of how sticky this floor always is. Have you ever been in a Wendy's or any place, but specifically a Wendy's? It's like the floor is freaking just, I don't even know what they mop it with, glue. Like your feet, I'm like peeling my foot out of my shoe with every step. Sticky. It's so bad, dude. If you fell down at a Wendy's, Life Alert couldn't even help you. They'd have to they would just send you home like cut out with the tile pieces still stuck to your back. But anyways, Wendy's is it's been good for me. So if you ever need some good late night thoughts or midday thoughts, really, just head to a Wendy's and bring an actual mop or bucket and just be like, hey, this is usually how this goes. But really, any Wendy's, I swear to you, go to a Wendy's, go check it out. Anyways, thank you so much. This has been episode 5 of Full Circus. Wow, we're on our way up. Huh? In the booth, this has been me, Tristan Sartoris with Full Circus, and one day I'll learn how to close these episodes. All right, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week. Crazy Red.